said I will speak fast. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. My name is Bettina Staudt. I'm really a practitioner in the field. I wear many hats, so I restricted to my day work, where I work in the largest school district in Central Virginia. I'm an administrator leading world language programs from pre-K to 12th grade. And my research is anchored in global competency development, so I have many different interests. So I'm heavily invested in curriculum and design. So Global Learner and Global Leaders is a program that's dear to our heart because we really are emphasizing building the knowledge, empathies, and skills to lead in an interconnected world. It's not just about standards. And I'm going to move my screen. So we wanted to look for an interdisciplinary global education initiative for our elementary schools. We have 43 elementary schools. In total, we have about 67,000 students here in Chesterfield County Public Schools, which is my school district here in Virginia at the East Coast in the United States. And we combine language learning, cultural exploration, and we work with the United Nations Sustainability Goals. They're called SDGs, and the goal is really to develop compassionate thinkers, skilled communicators, and responsible global citizens. I have to say that here in Chesterfield, in my school district, we start language learning in some schools at kindergarten level, and I'm proud to say we have models with American Sign Language, Chinese, Spanish, and French. So what is global competence? You probably have seen this model. This is from the Asia Society for Anthony Jackson and Manzila have come up with the operational definition for the Asia Society, and we really like this model. So basically, we're looking at the 4 domains of global competence, which is investigating the world. Students investigate the world beyond their immediate environment. It's not just within the brick and mortar building and their surrounding community. We want them to be able to recognize perspectives, students recognizing their own and other perspectives. And it's so crucial to set this foundation at the elementary level. We want them to be able to communicate ideas, right? Communicating their ideas effectively with diverse audiences. We, in our school district, we have a representation of 147 languages alone. We are definitely multilingual and multicultural. And we definitely want our students to be able to take actions, to translate their ideas into appropriate actions to improve conditions. Because we're talking a lot about the environment, we're talking a lot about the UN goals, but I think we need to push it further and really empower our students to learn about it, but to take action. And that usually happens in their community context first at that level. So we looked at key competencies. We wanted to be aligned with the United Nations sustainability targets, the Virginia Standards of Learning, VDOE, and ACTFL standards. ACTFLs are the American Council for Teaching Foreign Languages. There are certain proficiency language standards we were considering. We want our students to communicate in more than one language. We want them to investigate in the world beyond their own. We want them, like I said, be able to recognize perspectives, other lenses and ways of life, and develop empathy. We really emphasize social emotional learning for our youngest learners all the way to high school, and take informed action in our schools and communities. So why does it matter? It really does matter worldwide, not just, well, especially in the United States, but worldwide it matters. Our students really need global awareness. I think I'm pushing it actually further. We need more than global awareness. We need intercultural understanding, social cultural competence, right? The ability to communicate, the skills to solve complex issues. And if we lack social cultural competence, how are we going to work in diverse teams and solve the problems that are imminent? So let me just introduce really quick my sandbox, my playground, so to speak. Like I said, we have 67 schools. We have elementary schools, and I started in 2018 introducing dual language immersion instruction on the elementary level. And they're so-called 50-50 programs. 50-50 means that half of the day is taught in English and half of the day in a target or partner language. And like I said, on the elementary level, we offer American Sign Language, we offer Chinese, we offer two-way Spanish, and we offer French. And when I said two-way Spanish, that means half of the children in the classroom are heritage speakers of Spanish and half of them English speakers. In the other classrooms, you find a whole mix of students, predominantly English speakers. Then we also offer world language instruction as a resource class at the elementary level, but that's only restricted to 45 minutes per week, where we introduce the children to curricular correlated topics. And then on top of it, I thought there was a need to create a framework that addresses the need for global learners and global leaders. And we looked for combining academic content instruction with all contents from math, social studies, science, with language learning, with cultural explorations, and the United Nations Sustainability Goals, which culminates after a year in a capstone project, or per quarter. We have not half-year transcript, we have quarterly transcripts. So we say capstone projects per academic quarter. And that wouldn't necessarily be graded. It's more an elementary appropriate qualitative assessment, how the students do and the students present. I'll speak to that in a minute. So basically, we're looking at the core of this framework. We have to operate here in Virginia within the Virginia standards of learning. And in Virginia, we proudly claim to have a profile of graduate, which means we emphasize our students need to graduate with content knowledge in the core and elective content areas. They have to be prepared with workplace skills, community engagement, and citizenship. We expose them to career exploration, life readiness, personal development, and the C competencies, C like collaboration, communication, and so forth. Then every school district in the United States has a strategic plan. I'm a public educator, so our school district is public education. Our strategic plan emphasizes learning beyond tomorrow. We integrate technology in learning. We want to have character beyond tomorrow. And right now we have interesting discussions with AI influencing education, teaching and learning. We serve beyond tomorrow. That means the world is our responsibility, lead beyond tomorrow, and we thrive beyond tomorrow. These are key concepts in our strategic plan. So let's look about our global learners. As I said, we want to educate children. We want them to be engaged, to develop cultural awareness and respect, critical thinking and problem solving. We want them to be effective communicators, be able to collaborate and work well in teams, and show global responsibility and civic engagement. So the premise is really that we need to start and set this foundation early at the elementary level, so we develop really global leaders, because we need our young leaders to take actions. 2030, that's the goal for the implementation of the United Nations Sustainability Goals, is just around the corner. And I think it is time that we rethink how we teach. So we emphasize cultural intelligence, visionary thinking, adaptability and resilience, ethical and inclusive leadership, collaborative influence, building unity, driving innovation, making meaningful contributions in an interconnected world. Right now, everybody has a sense we're a very disjointed world. And I have a pleasure to join some colleagues in August where we say we want to reclaim multilateralism. We need to go back to the drawing board and find ways to connect and join. I'm very heavily involved in SDG 4, quality education, and I work with the United Nations National Council on that. So here in Chesterfield, we embraced it and developed this global learner framework. I embedded a link. I will share my slide with FOE. I'm just clicking on it. I have a whole set. It's kindergarten through 5th grade. I'm happy to share, where we just developed the goals for all kindergarten through 5th grade levels. And I also linked the UNESCO side. If you're not familiar with there's so many resources out there to work with young children and older children to explore the United Nations Development Goals. The UNESCO side has great resources, the world's largest lessons, a lot of didactic materials. I'm going to skip on that and move on. So global competence indicators, we know they investigate these individuals, our children are investigating the world beyond their immediate environment. We have the ability to frame significant problems and conduct well-crafted, age-appropriated research. We get these children in the driver's seat of learning. And we really ultimately want them to take action. I'm looking at the time, so I'm just trying to, I want to introduce the model to you because this is what it's all about. So here are the guiding principles. Interconnectedness, we want students to understand how local and global issues are linked. So we really focus our elementary students on solving issues in the immediate environment, in the community, whether it's recycling trash, picking up trash, planting gardens, and so forth. Multilingualism, language learning, fosters cultural humility and connection, critical thinking, collaboration and dialogue. Students engage with others across lines of difference. We have a multicultural community, and it is important for us to emphasize collaboration. We want them to have agency and action. We want them to really believe that they can make a difference. Everything makes a difference, and we need to model that behavior. So I can't talk to children about recycling and picking up trash. I will pick up the trash with them. Inclusive curriculum means lessons reflect diverse voices and student identities. So what does it look like? So I'm going to give you just a little example. In kindergarten, caring for our world and each other. We talk with kindergartners about that, and kindergartners are very curious, inquisitive, and caring. And so we created a focus on good health and well-being. It starts with the self, and others is SDG 3 and life on land. And we purposefully name the themes in conjunction with the sustainability goal, because really, if you look at even at universities, the work that's being done is all connected to United Nations sustainability goal. We just lack making the connection. So we purposely connect the children also about the knowledge about the United Nations goals. So this is the focus. And then what competences do we want to nurture? Recognizing feelings in self and others, showing empathy and care for living things. We want them to use simple words in another language to greet or show kindness, because we know what kind of wonderful icebreaker it is when you greet or exchange a few words with an individual when you speak their heritage language. It's a bridge builder. And so what does it look in a classroom? I give you some sample activities. Plant a kindness garden, growing seeds while learning kind words in another language. And all our elementary schools have gardens. Global read-alouds, compare how children live around the world. Sharing literature, building curiosity to learn about others and to learn that people are different than us. Art and culture days, make art from different word regions with greetings in French, Spanish, or German. We have Hispanic Heritage Months. We have the Asian Heritage Months. We celebrate different cultures. We have international nights to celebrate the diversity and the differences. That would be a kindergarten example, right? So it can start even in preschool. And then one more, I wanted to just show you the progression in grade 1. We expand the concept of being a helper in the community. So now the sustainability focus would be no poverty, zero hunger, sustainable cities and communities. And we named the sustainability goals and engage the students in finding out what's going on in their local communities. So global competencies that we nourish and support are identifying needs in the local global community here in the United States. As you know, worldwide, right now, people are suffering. Economic existential needs are great. And so we have food banks. And so there are ways and means for children to reach out in the community and to investigate, and they might experience it themselves. And so we support them that. We describe how helpers improve lives, and they can say, yes.
5 minutes more, okay? 5 minutes
Thank,
left.
thank you. I wrap it up. Yes, thank you.
Sorry that I
Say,
stopped you. Sorry that I had to stop
that's
you.
all right. Yes, I charge you 30 seconds back. Say and write thank you in another language. So this is just an example. So so the sample activities would be food for all, or my dream city, and expressing gratitude around the world, practicing gratitude in multiple languages and send it to senior citizens' homes, or I mean, there are lots of ways to engage with the local community and with the world because we have the technology to do so. So let me just show you the progression that you see how it is structured. Starting kindergarten, so with empathy and care, grade level 1, community and service, grade level 2, environmental awareness, grade level 3, culture and identity, health and sustainability. And then in 5, we felt like it would be appropriate to emphasize leadership and action. And this is not a etched in stone kind of progression. It was just we felt it is suitable in alignment with our Virginia standard of learning and the existing curricula and those core content classes. And so again, the purpose for this framework and to introduce that in our learning was because we feel it is really needed to build interdisciplinary global education initiatives. No problem is solved in isolation. We teach math, we teach science, and we need to bridge these content areas and allow students to explore project-based learning and also providing lenses into different cultural explorations. I wanted to finish. I have it's 17 minutes. I'm looking at the time. Wanted to conclude with a video, the world's largest lesson. I hope you can hear it. It's only a few minutes and I can stop it anytime.
Hello, I'm Emma Watson. We have an urgent mission to complete by 2030, and I really need your help. We need to fight global inequality, end extreme poverty, and respect our planet. Watch this film to find out how you can use your creativity and power to help us achieve these goals. Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? I was just saying that we have to use our creative superpowers to achieve the United Nations global goals. How? Although the Earth is just a tiny speck in space, it seems enormous to us when we're on it. The global goals can seem huge too. But if you focus on fixing the things where you live, you can make a big difference. There are 3 ways you can help. You can invent, innovate, and campaign. So buckle up and let's take a lightning flight around the world to see what young people are doing already. First stop is Istanbul in Turkey, where we meet Elif. She's an inventor. Like many big cities, there's a lot of pollution in Istanbul. Some caused by petroleum-based plastics. Elif wasn't happy about that and wondered what she could do. So she invented a new natural plastic made from banana skins. No, seriously. It's cheap, easy to recycle, and you can make it in your own kitchen. And if you like banana desserts, you can't really lose, unless you eat too much. So, let's talk about toilets. This is Rohit. He lives in Bangalore in India. The population there is growing very quickly, and so is all the, waste. A regular toilet uses 6 litres of water each time it's flushed. This is too much where water's scarce. So Rohit invented a toilet that saves 50% of that water. He called it the vacuum flush. His invention won an international science prize, and now he's flushed with his own success. You can be an innovator, be creative, and think about how to improve the.
So I'm going to stop sharing here. The video is 2 more minutes. It's part of the world's largest lesson. It is free. All the resources are free for everyone to use. I want to honor the time right? Because I know you were running behind schedule. Wonderful resources for K through 8th grade, and there are plenty of other organizations like iEarn, the International Association, does a lot of project-based learning worldwide that would empower educators and practitioners to work with a global lens and a solution focus. So thank you for your time and attending.
And thank you for